We are finally here. This will be the last episode of the season of Cities Skylines. And I do have a little bit of a surprise here for later on. But before we get to the real end of things, I want to fill a few remaining gaps that we had in the city and that was bothering me. And I think these are the final areas that we will build here. So we have this area around the farming town and close to the mountains in there. This area will make a transition into that older area of the city, and I wanted actually to bring the farming town a little bit further. As you can see, we need some residential now, we need some commercial and a little bit of industrial, and that's what we will be working today. So doing some of these, attending some of their demands, make sure that we just get the city where I believe it should be. We have now 91,000 population. I don't remember how many we reach, but it doesn't go more than 95. I think that was the top number that we did. I'm doing some parking lots too, because I want to put something in here and I'll still have to choose what I want there, but we did need some parking in that area, and I think that was quite a nice addition to the other side of this town. And I'm also doing a new bus line here that is basically a loop in this new area that goes around the main roads and on the back road there on the way back. Just make sure that everyone has easy access to public transportation. And as always, working on those services, I noted that we were missing a school in there, elementary school, a high school, and for this new area, some fire station, police station, and some leisure. Why not? I put down those plazas because I found them quite nice, and then I start plopping those residential and commercial zones just to make sure that we had everything that we needed there. Obviously, we need water for all those people, and here they are. So they now have water and it should be good. Yeah, there was just that building missing over there. But then I went on to work on the paths. I changed this a little bit. I usually do the paths and then I will work on the zoning. And this time I just did the other way around. No specific reason or not really like anything special, just wanted to do in a different way. So that's what I did there. I'm making sure here that they all have connections to everywhere they want to go, and I want to extend this a little bit further down there just to make them have a nicer area to walk through. I'll put down some trees, and yeah, here I'll start doing that, and you see that this ends up being a kind of a park. It's not an official park, but it's like a more dense area with all those trees before we go into the mountain, and we don't have that many trees in the mountains. But yeah, I'm just filling these gaps that we have now in between those that zoning, so we have something nice. And there we are. I'm putting down a cinema in there, and I think this is a quite nice area for that, to be honest. I think it's like Saturday nights or Friday nights or whatever nights, everyone from the farming town will go to the cinema, see some movies and enjoy their time. So that's a nice addition for that suburb that doesn't have many options to just entertainment basically. And I'm just extending the suburb area, as I mentioned, making sure that we have the right zoning policies, all that stuff, so they grow the proper buildings that we want them to. And I went to this other area next to the services area, which was like a big gap here, and I quite like this area now. After I put down some trees, make sure that they had like some more zoning in there, and this was a quite nice addition to that space. So I think it's good to have trees around the city. They always make everything seems a lot more alive and much nicer. So here again, I'm doing the trees on the other side of the highway there. I mentioned that I would do this before, and I never actually did that. So I went ahead and just did that. For these industrial areas, what I've done is to actually add some more zoning, industrial zoning for that. And they use the same type of zoning for the industrial area because we did that in the last episode. And I didn't do much more detailing or fill any of the gaps because I think this is how usually zoning for industrial are. You don't have like a lot of detailing. So yeah, I did that. So for here, I noticed that one of the videos that I was recording, they were parking their cars right in the train line, sorry. And I was like, well, that's not right. So I removed parking there. There's a lot of cars parked in the road here, and now I'm putting down another parking area over there. And here's my favorite area from this episode. I think this turned out to be quite nice. So all these rocks, they were just like amazing for this area. This was quite an empty area in here. And what I did, I filled all this space inside this interchange with all these big rocks. It's almost like we've built the interchange alongside all these obstacles, and this might end up being like one of my favorite places in the city. And then I went ahead looking for the right vegetation to put down there, and I was looking like for weed, for grass, ground cover, all that sort of stuff. And I think I went with this garden green, put down the floor, copy and start pasting all around, and making sure that we had this transition between the rocks and the grounds alongside the highway there, and these roundabouts that we have on the sides here. And then I just expanded that a little bit more just to make sure it also integrates with this part of the city. And then I start putting higher vegetations, meaning trees, and I use trees that we have around here. And I also put down some new trees. I think that they were the blue gun trees and all those trees. And then I copied those trees there next to the London Eye and brought that bit of forest connecting to the other one that we had there. And yeah, this area was looking like great, exactly what I wanted. And here comes a little bit of surprise. So for the first time in the series, we are going into night mode. Yeah, a bit of suspense there. And I think from now on, I just have cinematics for you guys. I know that you saw a lot of cinematics during the day, and I went like a little bit over the board here and recorded all these images from the city in a night time, and just to show you how this all looks in a different time of the day, because we all were so used to see the daytime that I think we enjoy a little bit of a difference here. at the end of this episode, so we can actually enjoy the city at its fullest, because I think at night this city looks pretty great as well. Just apologies for the frames there, because it's very slow. There's a lot going on here, and not every computer can handle that. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. I want to thank everyone that helped me shape this city with suggestions, pointing out some issues, or find better ways of doing things. And anyway, there's a lot of parts in the city that were suggested by everyone that's watching, and I'm really glad that you did suggest those, because they look really good. And I just want to thank you for watching, and I'm preparing the next season already. I don't want to rush too much. I want to make sure that I have the right map for what I want to do, and that'll be a little bit different, but at the same time, just like Cities Skylines, building stuff. But I want to do some things, and I need to find the right map for that. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'll probably have that very soon. I don't know if we have any gaps here in the episodes. As you know, every third day we have a Cities Skylines episode, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll do just some tutorials in the meantime, just making sure that we are, I think, helping the community learn and understand a little bit. I certainly learned a lot in this season, and I'm looking forward to what I'll be able to do for the next one. Definitely I will have some things in mind before I put down some roads to avoid mainly too many traffic issues. But yeah, I'll leave you with all the cinematics, and thanks again. Please, if you like this series, if you like this episode, just leave a like on this video. Leave me a comment about your thoughts on the series and what you want to see next, and we'll work that out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.